Yo, this is WSoul13 bringing you Raid Shadow Legends. So today we're gonna do some news and the guaranteed summon event, right? So let's go. Let's see what we got. All right, so let's go on news real quick. All right. So we'll just go through like what raids is about for right now, and then we're gonna look at guaranteed summon events, like how you should view them, things like that. So, new Doom Tower Fragment Champions. So we're getting 6 new ones, yeah? 3 legendaries. Let's put my face here. 3 legendaries, 3 epics. What is the problem with the Doom Tower Fragment Champions? So, there is a set order that you get these champions. Well, the good thing for progressing players is the first one you get is Archmage Helmet, who is a very good progression champ. And then the first legendary you get is Thea the Blood Angel, I think, or Tomb Angel. But she is not a progression champ. She is kind of like a damage dealer with special conditions to meet her damage. So, I feel like there needs to be kind of a change on how you get the Doom Tower champs, because some of the best champs are kind of like deeper in the roster, and their roles are sometimes more for progression. Like Dark Kale would have been amazing if you can get him first or second as your epic champ, but since you're getting him, I think third or fourth. I think he's 4th down the list. So yeah, I think he is 4th down the list. So you get Akoth and then Rian and then him. So that's like over a year into the game before you can get Dark Kale. By then, even though Dark Kale is amazing, you already have so many more champs by then, most likely, that are going to be doing same thing he does better, probably, or the same, or even a little worse, but not enough to justify you leveling up another champ. These are the kind of things, like, I feel like if they let us pick the fragments, it introduces some skill into the game, because you'll be like, okay, I have to research which of these champs are good, which of these champs fit my account better, and then you're going to have to plan out your 3 months to get that champ, right, for the epics, and then maybe like 6 months to get your legendary. So, legendaries, we already know, like the second legendary, Euros, is really, really good. And then Nari is over, so we already did that one. The Nari event is over. And then we're having a Drop Fever. So, Drop Fever. How does a F2P low spender look at Drop Fever? For one, Drop Fever gives you a chance to farm for something really good, like speed gear. I think they're offering a speed gear here. Resistance gear, not so important to an F2P low spender, I think. There are some F2P low spender champs, particularly Zephyr Sniper, that want resistance early in the game. Like, I'm talking like right before you hit Spiders 20, you may want resistance on her. So, other than that, resistance is not a high priority item. Speed is always a high priority item. But at the same time, since we have Perception set now, I feel like even speed has kind of lost a lot of its like luster. I mean, I know it's very important for arena. And accessories, of course, everybody could use more accessories. So this could be attractive if you have a dwarf that you'll need accessories on. So what's the reality here for me? The reality for me for the Drop Fever events is that it forces your hand on your energy consumption. So a lot of what you want to do in terms of your energy is you want to kind of like spend them when you want to spend them, right? In this case, for events, more like for fusion events. And over time, honestly, for F2P low spender needs, the gearing is not as hard anymore, to be perfectly honest. And I understand that earlier in the game you're going to be farming dragons hard, you know, but after that initial phase of like gearing out your Nightmare Clan boss team, the need to really gear out champs to get through content can be kind of like stretched out over time as you play the fusion events and as you get better champs like in the game, and as you kind of like target for champs that you want to get and fill the roles you want to fill. While you're doing that and you're kind of like using your energy efficiently anyway, you're gonna end up with some decent gear. Not amazing gear, but very, very decent gear. Also, they've introduced, you know, stage 24 dungeons, which is amazing as well, because now it gives you another option to get better gear but still have a little bit of efficiency. I know 25 is the best in terms of absolute best in terms of legendary gear, but it's not that much better than 24 unless you're really, really spending a lot of energy. Like, I'm talking like tens of thousands of energy, you know. So yeah, that's how you should look at drop fever events. Treat it more like it's a free bonus if you're farming dragons anyway. If you're not farming dragons, then don't go out of your way. Save your gems, because you'll need gems. Like for me, the last fusion event, I was net negative 700 on the gems. That means I had the 500 for the month, and then, or whatever, half the month, right? 2 weeks. I think the fusion was like 2 weeks, and so that's 250, and then or near 200 maybe, and then the 500 net negative, and then another 500 on top of that. So it's probably like 900 gems, whatever, that I spent. People would spend less, honestly, if you're just kind of like efficient with your energy, you do all the quests, you know. I'm kind of like playing it a little bit more chill. So that's not really a benchmark of how much gems you would spend. It's more like sometimes you'll need gems, and spending it on drop fever might not be the best, you know, way to spend your gems if you're FTP low spender, especially if you're not buying gem packs all the time. Like, if you're buying gem packs all the time, yeah, sure, drop fever would be great. And then they're gonna do, what are we doing? Summon events, right? So yeah, this is the event we're doing today. So I'm not gonna read through that. We're just gonna go straight to it, because I am pulling. You know I'm pulling. It's guaranteed summon event, and I have 51 sacred shards, yo. Come on, let's go. Okay. Let's take a look at. Okay. Remember, I tell you, ignore the left side of the screen. Honestly, even if it's a sacred, like 10x, you might get a legendary, honestly, in your 15 sacred shards if you are pulling for Kyoku. But, you know, at the same time, for a lot of people, it doesn't happen. As crazy as that sounds, right? Most likely for me, it's going to happen because my shards are going to be hot after maybe like 10 pulls, maybe. So from 11 to 15, my shards are going to be hot, I think. Because I didn't pull a legendary in my last 5 sacred shards, for sure, during the fusion event. And I lost count from the last times I pulled sacreds, how many more. So it's probably even closer to 7, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't keep count. Is it a good idea to keep count? Yes. Yes. If you have a efficient way, reliable way to keep count of your shard pulls, yeah, it's cool. So one of the reasons why I do my shard pulls live is I can actually count. So I can just go back to my videos and I can count. So I'm not going to be doing that today because obviously I'm pulling 15 no matter what. So it's kind of useless to count, you know. So this is kind of like, there's a giant chasm. I'm talking like Grand Canyon size chasm between efficiency and a result that you want. So there are efficient things you can do for max efficiency, like counting your shards and, you know, only pulling a certain amount. Okay, great. But once you're participating in a guaranteed event, you throw all that out the window. Why? Because you have a target, which is 15 sacreds. You're gonna pull 15 no matter what. So efficiency and all that out the window. It doesn't matter if you think not pulling in 2x is terrible. You know, the reality is 2x versus 10x versus guaranteed. In a lot of cases, honestly, 2x would probably be the best in most cases. You know, if you're just looking to pull, yeah, 2x would be the best. Nobody argues that. But, big but, it's different now. It's different now. Because we have fusion events every month. And a fusion champ could be utterly game-changing. Like, Under Priest Brogni, Demitha, you know, last year, Tatura even. Although Tatura, you could argue you could have gotten Tatura without pulling shards, I think, or pulling minimum shards. But Brogni, you couldn't. Demitha, you couldn't. So, this year, what about this year? You could have gotten Filja for free, great. So, you didn't have to pull shards if you just wanted Filja last month. You ignored Corrado. Operdin, there's a good argument to skip Operdin, great. You may have skipped Operdin. That means you had about 2 months of not pulling shards. Nari, I think, is a great champ to go for. I spent 5 sacred shards to get Nari. Okay. So let's say you did get Nari or whatever. Now you have these resources that you can start to pile up. So you can go for these guaranteed champ events, yeah? So, like, Withier for 15 sacred shards is worth 15 sacred shards, you know? The problem is, how do you get from 0 to 15? And the way you get to 0 to 15 is you gotta skip events. You gotta skip summoning events, right? So, there you go. Let's look at the ancient shards. We'll look at the void shards too. Sir Artemage. So what is the theme? I think the theme is decreased speed. So A1 with decreased speed removes all buffs from this champs, and then all debuffs and attacks all enemies. Not great. Attacks one enemy, ignore 30% of death. Increase attack, increase crit damage. Cannot be removed. Kills an enemy. Speed in arena battles by 20%. Okay, so that's slightly better than Haikatun, but what that... Is this a lady? It's a sir. Okay. It's the silhouette of the body. Anyways. Yeah, see, I mean, look at Sagnite. Look at that guy. Different, right? Anyways. Sagnite, though, is worth pulling. So if you pull a Sagnite right now, while you're doing your 15, wow, that will be great if you don't have one. Like, decreased speed on this A1, but we all know this is the money skill. Although decreased speed has gotten a lot better because of the Doom Tower bosses. Good in Fire Knight as well. Spiders, stuff like that. But, AoE, decreased def, decreased attack. 100% if you book him out and get Sniper. And this increased accuracy is not really that big a deal. But Stagnite is definitely, I think, amazing. To Hack the Wanderer, a lot of people tell me he is good. That's AoE decreased speed, so I guess, you know, that's something. AoE decreased speed is gonna be a thing, especially Doom Tower. Third meter, stun, 100% stun. You know, I mean, maybe spiders, but I don't think 2-Hack is anywhere near as good as Sylar, who kind of does the same thing. So Sylar would be the better pull here, but at the same time, it's not worth breaking void shards just for Sylar, in my opinion. I mean, and the reason why is because in 9 months you're gonna get Vizix, who kind of does the same thing. So Sylar is amazing if you do happen to pull her before you pull Vizix, but at the same time, there are things you can do that kind of does the Sylar thing, but not really exactly the same as Vizix. And I understand that. Some people may want to go after Hard Doom Tower a lot earlier than 9 months. Okay, cool. I'm just saying that there are other champs that can kind of like mirror what Sylar does. Like Archmage Helmet. He doesn't put the decreased speed out, but he does have a lot of control in his kit. Stuff like that, you know. So let's let's go straight to Kyoku and why I think Kyoku is worth pulling. For me, I'm not saying you should pull Kyoku, of course, because every account is different, and I don't think Kyoku is as good as Weethier. So if you pulled Weethier, you didn't have enough for Kyoku, I think you made a great decision. Weethier is better, I think. So what does Kyoku do? She puts Weaken on the A1. Is it an AoE? No, one enemy. And then she has an AoE decrease attack. Books up to 100% chance. So that's great. 80% of... if did not land decrease attack. I wish they would just do decrease attack and HP burn at the same time. I mean, it's a legendary. It's not a big deal. Like, what would be the condition that Kyoku doesn't land the decrease attack if you're fully booking her? 4-turn cooldown though, that's a bummer. This one is also 4-turn cooldown, gives you block damage, ally protect, and then gives you an extra turn, so you get back to the skill a little bit faster. So I actually like this a lot. Ally protect, block damage, that's a great combo. Sandlash Survivor, that's kind of like proven as a great combo. And then every time this champion is hit with a critical hit, heals all allies 50% max HP, plays 60% def. So unfortunately, it's a critical hit, you know. I wish it was just like an ally threshold thing, so it triggers more in clan boss. So in clan boss, crits don't happen as much, so it's not going to be a reliable way to put increased defense into your team. Which is kind of what I wanted to use Kyoku for, was for clan boss, but we'll see. There could be other uses for her in my account. I'm gonna put her as an optional for the New Game Plus series. You don't need to have her to do the New Game Plus series. It's great, a great tool in your toolkit to have, because she does do amazing things. I think she can be used for clan boss. We can tune her for clan boss. I'm not tuning a clan boss team yet because I don't have a damage dealer, but now I have a decrease attack, an optional decrease attack. So that is gonna be a thing. So I'm gonna be doing that, and I'm gonna see if we can deal some damage and do some good stuff with her. All right, so here we go. Oh, you know what the problem is right now? I already know, because this has happened to me before. I don't have silver. Darn. Alright, so, but I did a lot of campaign farming, so I am going to be selling off all these things. Tripping on the paper, I am dying in the rain. Alright, we need 700, or let's go for 800. There we go. That should be good enough. I'll sell the rest next time. Yeah, that's kind of like one of the annoying things about the upkeep of this game, is you gotta sell items and do item management. It's actually majority of the time that I'm actively playing the game, you know, I'm not just clicking buttons to go auto, is item management is gonna be the majority of the time you're gonna be spending on the game. Actively, like, thinking and making decisions is mostly gonna be item management. Surprise, surprise, it's an RPG. Here we go. So, yeah, my shards are most likely gonna be hot in about, I don't know. Let's put myself up here. Maybe like, I know for sure 10 in, it's gonna be hot, but it might be a little bit earlier than that. I might have not counted some. Oh, Fang Cleric and Terror Beast again. I just pulled them. I literally just pulled them. For the last part of the event. Hope is actually not bad, because she gives you oh, Seeker. Alright, Seeker's really good. I think I already have Seeker though. Do I not have Seeker? I I think I already have Seeker, because I was looking for a Seeker to do my the Mytha comp. How do I know? Let's see, Faction Guardian, I think Undead, right? Oh yeah, I do have Seeker already. Great. Seeker is really good though. If you happen to pull a Seeker, he is really good. He fits in so many clan boss comps and great in arena. You know, so many things you can do with him. He's actually okay for dungeons too, because he gives you a speed boost and he gives you some. Zargala is really good. Honestly, she's still really good if you get her earlier in the game. It's kind of like a souped up version of War Maiden, you know. So I actually do like Zargala there. Who's this? Venom Mage. Wow, one of the best clan boss damage dealers at Epic. You know, I love Venom Mage so much. Alaric the Hooded. What does this guy do? I don't know what this guy does. Third meter. Oh man. It's so weird that they're so stingy with the third meter drop when Armiger literally does it 30%, 100% for just 100% crit rate. Aox, another like superstar for clan boss. So this is a great pull for me. The past epics are amazing. So those would be great to build around like a clan boss comp with. This is what I'm talking about here. It doesn't mean that you're saving your shards and kind of like quote unquote pulling them inefficiently, that luck will not happen to you. Because a lot of the power in the game has shifted to the epics. So, you know, getting epics is not terrible. I mean, Horden is like basically a free fragment fusion. I don't know how newer players are going to get Horden though. Oh, what happened here? We got Jintaro! Whoa! Whoa! All right. So I get that. I guess that resets my mercy count. Let's see how many to go. 4 to go. So that means I'm going to be 4 deep in my mercy. Jintaro, man! Wow. All right. You know, I'm at a point in the game where I don't need a clan boss like damage dealer like that. But if I ever were to build a 1-key team, I mean, I have the ingredients to build a 1-key team now with the Mytha. I don't know if Jintaro is the right damage dealer for that kind of comp. I'll have to look into it. But definitely, Jintaro is amazing for a clan boss if you can get him in an unkillable team. What is this? This Snorting Thug is actually not bad. He has this... like, what is this? Ignore death, steal random buffs. Yeah. I know Snorting Thug is terrible on face value, but the buff ceiling is kind of a thing in Faction Wars. Although I don't think Skinwalkers have Valkyries in it. I haven't done Skinwalkers such a long time. But definitely, Snorting Thug is not terrible there. HP based champ too, so kind of not terrible, not completely useless, especially if you're just kind of like just filling out the game. Okay, so what do we got? Fenshi. I think Fenshi was a fusion champ, ingredient for a fusion champ. I think, was he not? Galcut. Is this guy an ingredient for a fusion champ too? Seems awfully familiar. Attacks all enemy, bomb. Okay, bomb champ. Damage inflicted 25% after each hit. What does that mean? Oh, 1 by 1 in random order, and then the damage increases by each hit. That's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Decrease death, you know, it's always good on an A1. Okay, cool. Is it Kyoku? Yeah. Alright. 2 legendaries, 15 sacred shards, and maintenance is coming up. Wow. Not bad, not bad if I do say so myself. That's that's better than 2x. Isn't it? Is that better than 2x? Yeah, so what am I trying to say here? What am I trying to say here? Is guaranteed champs and fusion events better than 2x? On average, obviously not, because not every guaranteed champ is going to be great. Not every fusion champ is going to be great. But the ability for you to choose when to pull in terms of those, because you'll be offered a champ and you'll be like, great, should I or should I not? You know, and being able to get exactly what you want. So with Kyoku, I'm getting exactly what I want here. You know, this means for me, guaranteed has an amazing edge over 2x. Fusion champs have an amazing edge over 2x. And the crazy part too about fusion champs is that one of those summoning events you are pulling during 2x. One is 10x, one is 2x. So half the time you're pulling 2x when you're going for a fusion champ. Remember that, okay? This is why I think it's better to just skip all the 2x events in between the fusion champ events and then deciding whether to go for a guaranteed champ or not. It doesn't mean that pulling in 2x is terrible. Obviously, pulling in 2x is great. But in my opinion, guaranteed champs are where it's at. And fusion champs are where it's at. Because it allows you to direct your account where you want your account to go. If you're an F2P low spender. So my account and my advice is geared more towards F2P low spenders because that's what I'm good at, you know. So if your goal is just to amass as many champions as humanly possible and roll the dice as often as you can to get the best possible champs in the game, because they're never going to offer you the best champ in the game through a guaranteed event or through a fusion event. I don't think they've ever done that. So I don't think that they're ever going to give Duchess of Valkyrie or, you know, Krisk away guaranteed. I mean, Krisk guaranteed was the champ training event, but obviously that was a spender event, you know. So, like, you're never going to get that anywhere else but through gambling with the shards, which is perfectly fine if that's the way you want to play the game. But what I'm telling you is that the ability to direct your account for a measured cost is such a strong way to play Raid, and it's going to benefit your account over the long term, you know. So if you haven't seen my Reddit posts, right, I did like a compilation post of the fusion event champs of last year and the promo champs and the guaranteed champs. And with that roster, coupled with the free champs that you get in the game, you could finish the entire game. Barring Arena and 3v3 Arena, and endgame Hydra Boss. So it's definitely normal Hydra Boss. You're going to be able to do normal Hydra Boss. Hard Hydra Boss is also in the mix if you build for it specifically with that roster last year from the fusion events. You know, that was a strong fusion event, promo event, and guaranteed champ event roster that was given to us last year. So this year actually it's shaping up pretty good because we have Weethier now, we have Kyoku, 30 sacred shards though. I mean, I understand most people won't have their 30 sacred shards. Most likely you either have none of those or one of those. And if you picked Weethier over Kyoku, definitely I agree, Weethier is better. So a skip on this one, perfectly fine. But as far as the fusion events go, you had Filja for free. Filja is really good. She can fit into endgame Doom Tower teams, while also helping you progress through the game. And then, you know, Godseeker Aniri was another one that was given this year as a guaranteed champ. You know, how many voids was there? 25 voids, I think. So it's a little bit steep. Definitely a little bit steep. But at the same time, as you've noticed when I go through the fusion events, I don't even need to pull void shards that much. You know, I usually just pull sacred shards. You can pull void shards, especially if it's like 2x voids. It's okay to pull void shards then. But in general, I don't even pull void shards during the fusion events. So it's like you can really save up for those guaranteed epics and guaranteed champ events. I think my timer's up. But yeah, that's it, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed those pulls as much as I enjoyed them, and I'll see you all in the next. Yo, I forgot to show you something, which is because I don't think they do this in every guaranteed champ event. In fact, I feel like most guaranteed champ events don't have this, but they gave a summon rush away for this one. Because I guess it's a 10x, so that's why. But look at these. It's pretty crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4 legendary books, 1 rank 5 chicken, 2 rank 5 chickens, XP barrel, feast. I mean, those aren't that important. Feast I guess is not bad. And then bunch of energy, gems, you know. Great value, to be honest. I didn't even think about it, that they were going to offer up a summon rush with this. So I'm trying to remember if they do champ chase or summon rush with these guaranteed events. I feel like it's not every time. In fact, I feel like most of the time they don't. They usually do it in the middle of the week and not during the weekend. But yeah, that's another amazing bonus you can have for this particular one if you did decide to participate. So this is not me selling you, honestly. For the record, this is not me selling you on Kyoku. Like, you know, it's just me saying that spending your shards on guaranteed champ events is potentially the best value. That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. Especially if you're getting the champ that you want, right? Get the champ that you want, and then just value. That's value right there. Because, like, relying on the roll of the dice, that's where it gets iffy, you know? So, we'll see y'all next time. Like and subscribe. Thanks.